Greetings, class. Welcome to English 1022. Just going to do a quick short introduction video here to your brand new English 1022 class. Glad you're all here. I'm really looking forward to this semester. I got a lot of good things that I think you're going to like. But first, let's just kind of go over some of the nitty-gritty, just the basic stuff. Make sure that you know what to do, where to look for assignments, where to look for announcements and stuff like that. So let's take a look at that a little bit. So let's go back to the home, the page that you'll look at in the D2L. So here's the the main place where the main home page where I'll put notes. I'll tell you what to do, where you need to go look for stuff. So for the first day here, you're going to want to do the to-do list and follow my directions here as well. So you're going to want to go to content. And within content, you're going to want to take a look at the syllabus, which is there right up here. The week 1 assignment sheet, which will tell you exactly what you need to do. Here's some of the short stories that we're going to be doing this week. Some extra additional information here if you need it for some of the stuff that we're going to be reviewing and stuff like that for this class. So everything that you need is right here in content. So syllabus. The week 1 assignment sheet, which will look like this. It'll tell you exactly what I want you to do and stuff like that. So one of the main things, in addition to reading and doing assignments and writing papers, is participation in discussions every week, which will be a big deal in this class. So I'm going to have you participate a lot. We're going to talk to each other. We're going to get to know each other, do small groups. Discuss stories. It's going to be a lot of fun. So week 1 discussions, you'd go here and look at that stuff like that. So again, a lot of participation, a lot of discussion that we're going to do. We got a lot of interesting topics to cover and stuff like that. So again, you just want to make sure that you go to the course homepage, follow my instructions there, and that'll tell you exactly what I want you to do. So again, assignments will be put in a Dropbox. Assignments and sheets and stuff like that will be in content, and the discussions. I have a help me room here in case you have any questions. You can put them in there, or you can email me and stuff like that. So any of that stuff you can certainly do. So so that's just the real basic stuff, just to make sure that you go over that and find that stuff like that. So so any questions on that, you can let me know. But I just want to give you a real quick introduction, kind of the theme for our semester for this class. We're doing one basic theme starting the second week of this class, and it's going to be on a topic here I'll talk about here called dystopia. And we're going to get to the dark, deep, big question, big theme type of topics about our human race and stuff like that. I'll talk about that more in a second. So this is just a real general thing. You don't have to take notes on this, because I'll have notes on dystopia on week 2. But I like this: the pervasive, enduring, widespread acknowledgement that man's most steadfast potential is the ability to completely screw everything up. That's kind of a cynical look at dystopia. Kind of funny in a way, but dystopia is kind of the subject of it, or the theme of it, is kind of looking at our future. What will the human race be like 100 years from now? Where are we going? Is there any hope for humanity? Are we going in the right direction? Are we going in the wrong direction? What problems now are just going to get worse? Or what type of hope do we have for the future? Big questions, those big deep questions that I kind of want us to take a look at. And those big questions that we don't really get to think about or talk about very often, because we're busy, with work and family and kids and making money and and having fun with our friends. A lot of times we don't get to do take a look at the big picture questions. What is going to happen 100 years from now? With the people 100 years ago, what would they think about us today? Would they think that we're completely rotten? Or something like that. So dystopian is you see it all the time in our culture. Books like 1984, Brave New World. You may have seen the movie V for Vendetta, great movie. That's a dystopian type movie. Clockwork Orange, of course, is the dystopia. The Matrix is a dystopia. You've probably watched a bunch of them, and I'll have us kind of share any other dystopias maybe that you've seen or watched or read and stuff like that. The Hunger Games, if you've seen the movie or read the book, that is also a dystopia as well. So we read and see movies that all have to do with dystopia, and The Matrix is probably a perfect example of that. You know, dystopia kind of talks about, you know, the big problems that we have now, and are they going to get worse? What's going to happen to humanity? Are we going to be captive to our technology? Are we going to become a captive culture? George Orwell feared we would become a captive culture. Is our cell phones and computers and internet and, you know, technology, that type of stuff, is that going to enslave us in the future and stuff like that? I know it sounds pretty weird and stuff like that, but you know, that's one of the things that dystopia talks a lot about is technology, and it's, you know, is it good or bad for humanity? You know, are we going to be in the future? Are we going to be sitting around in a room, never going outside, only on the internet, never conversing with people, and stuff like that? You know, those are the type of things that we're going to take a look at. The first novel that we're going to read for this class, which will start around week 4, is called The Handmaid's Tale, written by Margaret Atwood. Really good book. I really enjoy it. I reread it again this summer, and just, you know, it's really easy to get into. You know, it's a kind of a somewhat in the near future, where this government has taken over, where women can't read or write, and women have no rights and are only good for producing children and stuff like that. So it's this weird kind of, you know, dark world. The Fahrenheit 451, which a lot of you are familiar with, but we'll be reading the graphic novel version, which will be very interesting and stuff like that too. So, I'm really looking forward to those two things. I'm really pumped up about it. You know, and going along with the graphic novel that we're going to read, you're going to create your own dystopian story graphic novel at the end of this class. The last 4 weeks, we're going to work on a graphic novel, and this is kind of some past projects that samples of what students have done before. So so that's just some stuff that we're going to do. I'm really excited. You know, don't get thrown off that it's going to be all this dark, deep, bad stuff or whatever, but it's going to be really interesting material, and I really I can't wait to see what you guys are going to discuss and have us talk about the big issues and stuff like that. So I'm very excited. Glad you're here. Take a look at the 1022 and let me know if you have any other questions, and you'll see some more videos of me later. So, all right, take care, and thank you very much.